Today is the day. We're gonna look at some Valorant bugs, glitches, and I'm gonna share some facts that you may not have known about. If you like these type of videos, feel free to subscribe, and one day we might grow bigger than Relax My Cat. That's the ultimate goal, my friends, and now let's start the video. Apparently, when you are playing Jet and the enemy Deadlock is using her ultimate on you, don't dash towards the endpoint. When you do that, there's a chance that the ultimate will instantly get you and your teammates can't save you. Like you see, it doesn't always work, but I would be very tilted if it happened in my game.
Yeah.
Okay, what the heck happened in this round? I guess player Indo 10 is just hanging around. Okay, before you say anything, I know I'm not funny. But it's a cool glitch. I tried to also glitch myself through the wall, but it didn't work sadly. This glitch either got fixed or you need to be very precise to hang in the wall. Let's move on to some Valorant facts now. As most of us know, the Omen blind will move faster if you cast it while walking forward than if you cast it while walking backwards. But what happens if you fall down and cast it right above you? Apparently, it will just stay in the air like this. And the cool thing is that it will stay in the air till the round is over. A nice little mechanic to troll your friends in custom games. If you get a buddy for your weapons from the battle pass, for example, you'll always get 2 buddies for 2 weapons. But there's one gun buddy in specific where you only get 1 copy of, and that's the Rito buddy. If you manage to get this gun buddy, you can only put it on 1 gun, so choose wisely, my friends. I put it on the Blue Bloop Vandal, of course. Now some facts about your own account that you can find with the sponsor of this video, Valorant Tracker. Did you know that when you download this app, you can find a lot of statistics about your own account, like how many aces you've got in your whole career? I apparently only got 23 aces, that's not a lot. Mr. Lowlander, I'm disappointed in you. You can also find other stats like your game with the most amount of kills, your accuracy rate, your weapon stats, map stats, agent stats, and put some statistics on the timeline to see if you're still improving. It's actually a very useful app if you want to know more about your account. And the cool thing about Valorant Tracker is that it also helps you during the games. If you download this app and you hop into a game, you can see all the ranks of your teammates and the enemies, and other statistics like the kill-death ratio and things like that. Very useful information so you know for who you have to be careful of. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. You also get a handy in-game overlay, you can find guides on this app, a detailed match history. So what I would say, just try this app out yourself and download it with the link in the description. It's completely free, so why not try it out today, my friends? Big thanks to Valorant Tracker for sponsoring this part of the video, and now let's move on to some glitches again. When you place your wall down with Sage and you drop a gun on your wall, it will keep bouncing. This is a pretty strange mechanic, but eventually your weapon will drop off your wall, of course. But here's the thing, if you go to a small spot like Vent Room, place down a lot of walls in a custom game, and the weapons will keep bouncing forever, like boink, boink, boink. Not that it's useful, but it's fun, I guess. Especially for the weapons, it's fun. I mean, who doesn't like a good trampoline? Now look at this clip. Imagine that this happened during your game.
Okay, I guess not.
What the heck? By the looks of it, the enemy killjoy wasn't able to look through the wall. So what happened over there? I'm not 100% sure, but what I think happened is that the internet of Lucky Clover had a big lag spike at the moment he used this wall. And when you have bad internet, strange things might happen in Valorant. Like the sofa arrow in the clip from Asuka. It just keeps bouncing, boink, boink, boink. Now let's move on to some facts again. In last episode, we talked about the most amount of RR you could get from a single game, and that was 150. But what do you guys think is the least amount of RR you could lose from a losing game? Let me show you some cool screenshots. In these you can see 3 players who all lost their game but only lost 4 RR. Like what the heck, why is the Valorant rank system not that kind to me? Oh yeah, I think it's because I can't get 38 kills in one game. Okay, you're insane, dude. But it gets even better because one player only lost 3 RR in a losing game. This must be a record. In comparison, I lose even more RR if I draw a game, like well played. And about draws, apparently it's possible to double up rank if you draw a game. You can see that in this screenshot from Rylak, well played. And the last thing about ranks I want to share, apparently you can lose RR if you win a game, but then again, they won with 5-1. I have no idea what happened over here. Maybe Race was AFK or something. If you know what happened, let me know in the comments down below. Now, a cool fact about the bell and the defender spawn on Lotus. Did you ever notice that it looks very similar to the Liberty Bell? It has the same crack, so it could be a reference, but I'm not really sure. By now, most of us know that there's a small orb over here on Fracture where you can interact with before the round starts. And when you do that, you see the player card of Paul. But did you ever notice that there's a QR code at the bottom right? Of course, I had to scan it, and when I did, it didn't work. But apparently, Rylak got redirected to playvalorant.com. So maybe I need to fix my phone camera or something. Now imagine Valorant in third person. This is something that of course would not work because you can just chill behind the boxes, see where the enemies are pushing, know exactly where they are, and just win the round, maybe even by shooting through the boxes. But sometimes the game glitches out a little bit, and then you get an unfair advantage like Tomoshi Tekuto. Sadly, this boss mode was over after only a few seconds, otherwise it was an easy round win. And if you are wondering, judging by the top right, it had something to do with bad internet again. Tomoshi wasn't the only one who managed to go into boss mode. Prominent also found a way how you can look at your character in third person. It's a bit more complicated though, here are the steps you gotta take, so maybe try it out in a custom game with your friends if you are bored or something. Now look at this clip and tell me, did Sofa's drone tag 2 enemies with only one shot? It looks like it did, right? In the end, 2 enemies got revealed with only one shot, and I don't see a Cypher cam on the minimap. But I didn't believe it, so I hopped into a custom game, played with the Cypher in my team, placed the cam down, and then, oh, you actually can see the Cypher cam on the minimap. So apparently it's also possible to tag 2 enemies with just the Sofa drone. I didn't know that. And about Sofa, if you time it right and shoot your Recon Dart at the end of the round in the enemy spawn, then you will tag everyone who spawned. Cool to know, but very useless. And here, one more thing about Sofa. When you make a custom game, there's an option to play out all rounds. When you put this on, you're gonna play out all the rounds in a game. This might sound a bit useless, because after 13 rounds you know that there's a winner. The reason why this feature is in the game is when you're playing 5 versus 5, for example, and you want to practice the full rounds on the defender and the attacker side. It's a very nice feature if you want to practice for Premiere, for example. Did you ever wonder what's the chance that you play against exactly the same team with the same agents as your team? To be honest, no, I never did actually. But someone calculated it, and apparently at this moment with 21 agents, the chance is 0.005%. Very useless, but cool info. But this calculation isn't exactly 100% true, because it doesn't take the pick rate of certain agents into consideration. As you see in this graph, the pick rate of Reyna is way higher than the pick rate of Skye. This means that the chance of playing with the Reyna is higher than the chance of playing with the Skye, and then you need to do some complicated math. I tried to do that with all the agents in an Excel sheet, but in the end, this fish is not very good at math, so maybe another day. I think in the end, nobody cared for this information anyway. Where most of you guys do care about are crazy glitches. Like this one. Sofa, what are you doing over there, my friend? This Sofa player thinks he's Pennywise from It. Do you want a balloon? And look at this one. Altsam can apparently place gun bodies on knives. Maybe we should call them knife bodies from now on. Or weapon bodies, I guess. Harbor, are you okay, my friend? I think he got stuck in between the door or something. That probably hurts a lot. And look at these lasers I found in my game. What the heck? What the heck is happening? KJ. Whoa, lasers! Now cool Valorant tricky you could actually use in the loading screen. Did you know that when you're loading up for a game, you can actually type in the chat? Of course you won't see anything, but as soon as you hop into a game, all your messages will appear in the chat. Again, not that useful, but it's cool to know. Now another submission from player Indo10. This is just the ultimate disrespect kill.
Satchel out.
I'm wondering if Brimstone could see something. The Ray satchel was basically on his head. We gotta test that. So I hopped into a custom game, threw a satchel on the face of Sofa. Not one angle, but multiple angles. But it never worked. You never were able to see the satchel. Sad life. It would have been a cool flash. Now let's take a quick moment for the bugs and glitches that are no more. Rest in peace, Fate Trampoline. Who remembers this one? And rest in peace, glitchy spot on Fracture. Back in the day, you could glitch your teammate out with the Sage Ball, and then you could jump over here. Oh, I miss those days. Now I got some bad news, this was the last clip. But no worries, if you subscribe to the channel, you know exactly when the new video is dropping. Thank you so much for watching and bye bye.